You know, there's something that I kind of feel in that, the healing of the nations, the bringing together of all the diversity and all the division, what was pushed out of the jazz clubs, what seemed to be pushed out of the religion. You know, we went through Christianity and the, you know, Asherah and the suppression and all this. I wonder how we can utilize this time period as something where it can return not just to something that, okay, it belongs in medicine, but that's it. Like, I almost feel like the religious aspect of it could have a little bit less, like, okay, let's not like worship idols and gods. That can be a part of it, but it doesn't have to be a part of it. How about we just get back to how we harmonize as a species?
Well, you know, a few things I'm thinking about that is, there's been a lot of like warriors that have used cannabis. Bruce Lee loved hashish, you know, like was right into it and was very spiritual about his views on hashish. There's some great quotes from Bruce Lee about hashish. And, you know, there's actual MMAR fights where cannabis is the prize, pound of, you know, really good bud. And they'll sit down and they'll smoke before fighting, you know, but it's not like a drunken fight. It's not a drunken brawl, man. You know what I mean? These are sportsmen and they take it. It's like a spiritual aspect, like a samurai or something like that, right? You know what I mean? And I think that's really becoming more and more pervasive in that scene due to people like Joe Rogan, you know, for instance, and stuff, right? And their love of ganja, right? So we can't just, you know, like it is a peace bringer. And even in that world, it's kind of a peace bringer. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we're going to fight like brothers. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of a natural thing. And I think you can go to, you know, any sort of a medical cannabis dispensary and you'll find a community in that dispensary. This happens everywhere, everyone I've been into. There's a community of people there, caring individuals, man. And there's real love in those places and people from all walks of life coming in. And I think that, you know, that the big spiritual message is here. This is some sort of common origin of religions. This is, you know, the tree of life whose leaves are for the healing of the nations. This is the return of Soma and Eoma. This is a return of Cannabasa, man. And this is like a powerful thing, man. You know, when you start to take in the herb with that type of feeling, it changes it, you know, like there's a big difference between, you know, some kid sitting down smoking a blunt before playing some video games and some sadhu in India who's touching the chillum to his third eye in honor of Lord Shiva before sitting down to his yoga asanas. They're using the exact same material, but somehow because of the intent, everything changes with it, you know? And I think that's one of the real powerful things that happens when you begin to understand the incredible, rich history of this plant, is that the plant itself begins to recloak itself with that mythology and history. And that starts to become part of what you're ingesting.
Make sure y'all head over to benjosephstewart.com, become a member. You'll have access to the growing library of deeper dives where I talk about all the stuff that I really can't talk about on YouTube. Make sure you get involved in the Discord chat. That's where a lot of the conversation is happening, talking about new theories, being able to interweave into the greater conversation that is how we awaken infinity. That's our highest potential. And I just want to remind you, you are the most powerful technology ever known to creation. Wield it like an artist with a conscience.